Welcome everybody to today's match between LOS and I Want Saferoom. My name is Valentino and I'm joined here today with Kreitzer, our favorite streamer and
Hello, Valentino.
competitive gamer. How you doing, mate? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm a bit sleepy, but that should not affect my pretty cast with you, of course.
Pretty cast. Oh yeah. Today will be a neutral server match, obviously on IO Asia. Both teams already identified, so it is, I suppose, a full Australian lineup today for Team LOS as Jerry reconnects from the Philippines versus, I think, what is it? I want Saferoom, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Korean lineup. So do a quick roster rundown. I'll do the Korean squad, who's composed of M4, VVS, Empire, and Tuna. And you can give the Aussie boys a rundown.
So for the Aussie boys from LOS, we have Food, Mop, Elliot, and Blue.
So Mop obviously making his debut. It seems like they have opted to shift Greed out of the lineup for Team LOS, and now they've got Mop, one of the
new
emerging Aussie, one of the emerging Team LOS wild card. I think he might have something up his sleeve for today's match, I reckon. A few more ready ups away from going live. It is maps 1 to 4 on Dark Carney. This is the second round of eliminations, double elims. So I suppose the loser of this evening's match will be kicked out of the cup. So you really want to make sure, in order to progress, straightforward, don't lose. Dark Carney is a home map for many Left 4 Dead 2 enthusiasts. So there's not many players know, or I suppose not much players don't know about Dark Carney, so it'll be interesting to see how both of these guys go, both of these teams. A little bit of a reminder, RBT6 is a racist-free cup. Tournament admins are actively ensuring this is a non-toxic, racist-free environment where all players are accepted and expected to abide by rules, and if not, penalties and consequences will be enforced.
Indeed.
For the details, please contact Fig Newtons, who will happily answer all questions and queries about the cup. So 2 more ready ups away and we'll go live. Let's have a look at the let's see what the predictions are for today's match. How do I do it? I do this. Nope, I don't do that. What are the predictions? You tell me the predictions while I cast the first hit as we go live. First half being played by LOS on Survivor Round. First hit is Boomer Smoker, Hunter, and Spitter. Nice 2-2. Boomer gets shot down, however, Food not paying attention to the direction of that Hunter. It seems like maybe teams, well, LOS did not communicate the Hunter was coming in, and Mop was happy to walk through Spit. So for the 2-2 hit.
So the predictions are like 78% to LOS and 22% to I Want Saferoom, so it's pretty one-sided prediction.
Pretty one-sided, but based for the first hit. And we'll see, because it's still very early on in the game, as that Boomer will probably be left stranded. As who is that? Michelle.
Gonna shout out to Discreet from MK. You might be fat, but I love you with my whole heart. Let's meet up in Wendy's at 8 PM. See you in 3 hours.
Lovely, good shout out. Let's close down any uncertainties. Discreet is most definitely fat, so we don't need to be questioning that, as 1 punch comes out, 2 punches from that charge, as well as a jockey and a boom proxies onto a double. So this is a good amount of damage so far from the Korean boys. IWS, or I Want Saferoom. Pings, I suppose we can quickly chat about, as the tank will spawn at 72%. We've got fairly even One player, however, will have a bit of an advantage, who is blue, sitting on that green ping, but I mean, he's playing Uzi at the back, so I suppose it's better than having a shotgun player at the front. As a Hunter misses, gets skidded nicely by, what was it, by Food. But a good amount of spread so far amongst the survivors, so I don't think I want Saferoom will be too upset. The damage they've done so far, the tank will be spawning in about 2%, so Elliot quick to make tank up. Charger, Boomer and Hunter. Let's see what they can do in terms of damage. Obviously tank's in the hands of Empire, who's opted to take the roof straight away to minimize any chip. Probably a good option as a rock gets skidded by Blue. Boomer lands onto Rochelle, who manages to get away from a charge. Good shutdown by survivors. Someone is at the front. Blue is looking for that chip desperately, but good positioning by the tank. Not too eager at the moment to go and position his cars in play. Good visuals so far from the rooftop. However, his frustration has started dipping. Not too much though, only 90% first pass. Happy to take a bit of chip to maintain sight. Probably the way you want to play it until you get the good sack order. So 85%, keeping that first frustration cycle up. And Team Lose at the moment are happy to get as much chip as they can. Don't think the Susies will be reaching the tank from that range there. So Food opts to loss. Tank, however, is still on first pass. Just chilling on the roof, 65%. Elliot is just keeping an eye on that back spawn. Does catch a Hunter and probably will. Ooh, I was gonna say will skeet it, but doesn't. And the jockey does land onto Food. And I think that was a bit of friendly fire. I thought that was a rock. And now they're looking at AI that tank, and they probably will go AI.
The classic AI strat by us.
From the Aussie boys, out of the books of AQX, I believe. Tank is most definitely going to be AI. However, LS might give the tank a bit of sight here, but won't change the end result. Now that Hunter's died, they need to get rid of this Boom, or the Charger goes in. They'll have a smoke. Well, they'll actually have, I don't know when that Boom died first or the Charger died first. I think the Boomer did, so they'll have a 3-cap Boom for this tank, who's slowly, you know what, look at this kiting or pathing from the tank. No chip whatsoever.
And
does get stuck though.
Yeah.
Does get stuck. Just to clarify a few uncertainties in chat, this is not who you speak of. Valentino is a complete different persona, glides by community guidelines and tournament rules. Tank nearly lands a rock, however the Boomer lands a double, so that's going to be a quad cap for the Korean boys. Team Lose are kiting back into the Saferoom. And they're going to have a quad cap, so this can either go really well for Team Lose, or they're going to get duded on because they're going to be committing a tank with about 40% health, or not they, but Team I Want Saferoom will have a quad cap for this tank, with a bit of common coming in, mind you, if this tank stops playing monkey at the front. And the tank is in. Alright, this is what I want to see. Charger spawns up, Smoker and Jockey spawn up. Jockey lands, Smoker lands, a rock does land onto Food. Gotta be careful. But overall, decent take by Team Lose. But DB still high, the Smoker keeps pestering the survivors. I do think that that was a bit of a... not the strongest of SI on tank, because they had a quad cap up. They could have and should have been a little more patient as to make sure that they could land on individual survivors, but I think
be careful now.
Hunter stole the Smoker's target, vice versa, so there was a bit of a broken quad attempt. However, decent take by Team Lose nevertheless, taking back about all the distance they had covered so far. The charge bit are in. It gets a punch though, and nearly gets a wild charge actually. It's a bit more damage onto Team Lose, but still rocking a good amount of bonus at the moment.
Careful now. Ammo. Be careful.
So happy to play the passive strategy. Team Lose. It's probably more of their play style anyway, so can't really be too surprised with the AIing. Whatever gets you to the safe room the healthiest, I suppose, is a strategy many teams go by, and in this case works out. Boomer and Smoker shut down pretty cleanly, and the Charger probably should have saved, but dies in vain. Spitter does not go in. They're going to have a 2-2 if the Spitter does not die, and keeping the Spitter alive, probably not the best of strats here, but I want safe room. They're only going to have another 2-2 with a, I think a, what is it, a Hunter Jockey. Making quick work of round 1 so far. Nice and clean. Reminder for those of you who have just joined us, this is the second round of double elims, RBT6. Losing team today will be eliminated from the cup. Jockey lands, Hunter lands, so a bit more damage rolls onto food. Supposedly top pos 2 player in Oz. Self-proclaimed. And
that's a good pasta, but
it's a
quick reminder.
Pasta, but I'm not too
Valentino.
sure who that's referring to, because, like I said, I don't know who that individual happens to be.
We have no idea who's iPad actually.
No idea. Announcement due to, and I will announce it just for the sake of those who are unable to read English or don't speak English or not the first language. I shall help you guys, because somehow reading English is different to listening to English. So here we go. Due to repeated instances of racism and hatred, which is quite subjective to be honest, including specifically joking about nuclear destruction of a South American country, because no one's done that before, iPad has been permanently banned from RBT6 and upcoming RBT events. Well deserved, to be honest. As per our precedent, we cannot allow this conduct in a competitive environment, and I completely agree, although it did not happen within the tournament competitive environment, but that's a different story. First hit taken quite cleanly by IWS. Bit of boomer damage, roughly the same amount of damage as Lose took, except I don't think they had a player run through the spit willingly. And what do you think, Kreitzer? Are they going to give the AI tank back at him?
I have no idea what is their playstyle, to be honest. I never seen them playing in a cup.
I mean, I know of M4. I don't know of the other boys. Maybe VVS, who
VVS
sometimes
yeah,
steals the identity of.
Yeah, that reminds me of Deck playing with VVS Envy name.
Yeah. Deck, who's also been banned from the cup, not from the 20 admins, but from his own teammates. So that's, that was quite unfortunate not seeing Envy play. Second hit, Jockey Spit Hunter Charger. Is a dangerous hit as the Hunter lands, however the Charger does not, and is going to opt to chase Rochelle. Good tip punches in the process, and that's a good amount of damage from that Spitter. Pop tries to, I think, stay alive, or he tried to get away, but dies in hop suit. So they're taking a bit of damage, I suppose, more than, I'd say pretty much close to Team Lose, but they're going to have to spawn a tank with one more hit to go. Boomer's going to probably go in sync with a Smoker to try to trigger that alarmed car, but the Smoker's repositioned to pinch Rochelle. Coach is happy to pop. That's going to be a good M2 onto that. Good juke by Coach. So Coach jukes that tongue and M2's that Jockey. Good clear. That should mean that the survivors should be able to push forward and spawn the tank quite quickly. With keep in mind the alarm car has triggered a bit of common, so they have to be aware of that. The tank will probably take the rooftop straight away. I'd imagine the charge is going to go in very soon. Does land. Cleared without a pound, but we'll get a pummel. The double boom land. The tank's actually committing straight away. Oh, the Hunter.
That's not looking
Oh,
good for
this
them.
might be a commit. This might be a commit. Oh, I think it was the best choice because I don't think the tank would have been able to corner anyone. Had the Hunter landed for a couple seconds longer, that would have been a great commit for the Blues tank. So. Have a bit of common still trickling in. I wonder what Blue's option will be. It's committing straight away. Obviously a bit of trickle. The car is in a bit of a rough spot and he's hit it back over. So I think the survivors should stay on this side of the billboard, or their side actually spawn up on the other side. So this is a bit of a problem for Coach. He gets punched onto the rooftop. Now that smoker's out of play. Jockey Charger coming in. Nick is completely aware of it. That is a 2 cap. Oh, that is a double charge.
Whoa.
Coach kills that smoker. The Charger gets cleared. Rochelle should go down, but no, Rochelle needs to pop his pills, and that is a dead tank. So good support there. I don't know who that charge was. I think it was no, Jockey was the L. Okay, I think it was food charge. Pretty good.
Hey, give me a hand.
But yeah, definitely good damage there by
I'm good. Get me up. All right, good. Go coming.
by Lose. I do think. Oh, good good pop on that boomer. Good M. Well, there was no M2 on that Jockey, and the Hunter does land to do a bit more damage. But I think. I think it was more the fact that I want Saferoom just ate the SI instead, other than Lose just landing it, because I'm pretty sure that Charger charged someone and ended up landing a double charge at the very end of its chase. Smoker was juked pretty well, not rel, but Smoker was out of range to get that first pull, and then was completely out of position to pull Coach, but. I don't think that Jockey should have landed either on the low ping that they are playing on, and the Charger lands onto Rochelle. The Spitter will do further damage onto VVS, probably an in-cap or close to. And so this is going to be, I suppose, challenge to get into the safe room for Team I Want Safe Room. There is a set of pills in the bottom room, had they gone the long way, but they won't find it because they're all set to hold W.
That's better. I got a plan.
If you guys are enjoying the stream, please remember to give a nice follow to our beloved Kryger. Always, waking up at early hours or staying up late hours to stream matches for RBT, and this should be the wipe here. Team I Want Safe Room. So nice little hit there by Lose. I suppose all the survivors are pretty much slow, but still good. Good sync to be able to land a 3 cap. So good lead here, about 740 points plus about. Nope, 770 points. Always handy. I think 1,000 is a bit of a strong score for first map. I feel like Team Team I Want Safe Room, or the Korean boys, need to kind of step it up a bit, because it was a bit of good SI damage, but the tank, and they need a bit more cohesion on their SI, and they need a bit more synchronization, maybe a bit more comms going out. I'm not too sure, but whatever it is, they need to kind of get it. They need to sort it out, because it is 3 more maps to go. No finale. It is a neutral.
If they didn't talk about finale, and it's natural, they play finale. That's what the rules say.
Well, yeah, let me just quickly go check. Says here, I want Saferoom vs lose 1-4, so they've posted for it.
So they are playing 1-4 then.
Yeah, 1-4. They've definitely posted for 1-4. Don't see too many teams playing, apart from maybe the Asian teams that play finales on Dark Honey. Anyway, decent amount of damage again from Team I want Saferoom out of the Saferoom. So they're just going to make sure that they keep this up as a Hunter Charger going. Good pull there. Unfortunately, the Charger doesn't land. However, that Smoker will get a few ticks, if not a couple, onto Rochelle. Dude loses more health at the front. Does have a cuttable, so I'm surprised as to how he didn't cut that smoke this time, but maybe he didn't hear it.
Guns here. You're shooting me again.
Tank is at 50%, so that will be spawning out in the open. Not really a fun tank to play. Unless you land a few lucky hittables. Boomer positions up top, gets a single boom onto Nick. Hunter lands. Boomer lands. Bit more damage onto Team Oz. This is good so far from the Koreans. A good amount of damage so far. As you hear my partner in the background laugh like a maniac. There's Ignore. Apparently episode 2 of Bridgerton is where it's at. Tank in the hands of Tuna. Do you think they'll AI this tank also?
They might do that. If you're gonna play too long with his tables.
I mean, that hittable is definitely a hit out of... I mean, it's not hit out of play, but these hittables aren't too great. I don't even think he's trying at this point to get his hittables in a convenient location. I wonder if Tuna knows about that other bin that's over the fence or over the wall. Jockey Smoker Hunter is the ideal set. Survivors are rocking 3 Susies. Not too sure why Mop is looking at the back. There is no boom. They'd be looking to put as much chip as they can into the tank. Probably looking out for that early hunt, which isn't a bad thing. So this tank's lost about 400 HP before commit the tank. Bin rolls. Who is that? Food way too close for comfort on that tank. The Hunter lands, but look where he's landing. He's just so far away from that tank to be able to do anything there. Tank's not going to be able to land any punches. He might be able to land a rock though. Does land a rock onto Blue, who just eats, and the tank will get out with about 20%, about 15% health. So this isn't really the best infected again on another tank who the Smoker had the right intentions. Maybe he got unlucky there. I definitely feel like Food was completely out of position. Like, well, not out of position, but Food was in position for that Smoker to maximize damage. That bin is rolling in, and that double boom does land up ahead, so that's always handy. I don't think the tank has too much health to be playing with those bins, and I think he's just going to die here by the time he runs behind that corner on about 300 HP. Trying to get out. I'm not too sure where he's going at this point. There's a bit of damage onto Team Lose, but not enough, I don't think. I think at this point they just kill off the tank and perhaps save for an ideal hit on the roof. Probably the play, but seems like they're pushing forward just to get some ammo. The tank will run ahead and I think die here. They do have a 3 cap
Hey, I'm reloading.
at the moment with a Charge Hunt and Jockey.
Oh yeah, cotton candy.
I think they'll get a... I think they get a spitter here. I think the double boom landed previously. Find out in about 2 seconds. It is a spitter indeed. So who is that on the roof? Elliot just killing out a few of the common, accompanied by Mop and Food. Feel like the charge is quite clearly obvious as to where he's spawned, but he will need assistance. Pre-spit, I'd imagine. Does land a pre-spit. That Jockey does land, and that is a reset onto Nick. Most definitely, and an in-cap, so good hit there. And all of a sudden, nice tank in chat, please.
I need some help.
That is definitely what you want. The jockey's probably not going to land, so good decommit there by that jockey. Empire getting a clutch in cap onto Elliot.
Yeah, that'll help.
The boardwalk still smells like popcorn. The back alley still stinks like piss.
Good pull there. Going for a 2 cap here. The hunter does need to land because it's skeeted. I'm not too sure what that hunt was. Gets M2 on that jockey. They're frustrated with that jockey. I would be too. But tell you what, they've lost a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage, but they've lost a lot of health.
Reloading!
Did you take a screenshot, Kreischer, or something?
Yeah, I took like 10 screenshots of Elliot.
On the ground. Oh dear.
I'm a reload.
Still got a good amount of bonus.
You guys are gonna miss me.
530. DB is still quite high. They need to be focusing that DB. They're going to send in a hit here. Oh dear, that's not the right play, I don't think. Definitely not the right play. The jockey does land. Oh! It's not going to spit on the rail unless that jockey lands and that jockey decommits. If anything, I would have tried to put pressure on Rochelle to take it down into the spit because that DB would have helped. But they lost about 10% DB in that hit. Not bad, not bad. Don't think they'll have a spit though. Okay. Boomer Jockey Hunter and Smoker. Don't think they'd get. Oh, that Boomer does land a single. Gets a pull onto Coach. That gets cleared. Again, another Hunter. That's. I feel like at this point the Korean team are just sending in hunters from an uncomfortable distance. Well, yeah, I mean, like the survivors have got plenty of time to skeet these hunters, and they are, even though the hunters are not landing straight away. So.
Reloading! Come on, man, it's not funny anymore. Charger!
And it should be safe for Team Lose.
Why we got reloaded?
Around 437 bonus.
So damn bad.
It's alright.
Hurry up.
Rochelle.
That is a pretty nice bonus indeed. I do feel like I want Saferoom could have capitalized a little more. I think they sent in that spit charge hit before the button was a bit of a mistake. They had a very nice hit to maybe get a bit more of a dent into the DB, but nevertheless, they have to make sure they match this bonus at bare minimum. If not, get a little more because they got a lot of catching up to do. Nearly 2k on the board after 2 maps is a good score for Dark Carney. A lot of it obviously from the first map. Well, they got about, what is it, 500-600 bonus. Not sure about Empire, Tuna and VBS, but I know M4's competed in a few tournaments in the past. Maybe the remainder of his team are a little maybe new, but they have made it to the elimination stage, so definitely potential. Down within, Jockey lands as well as the Hunter, and that will be a 2 cap. The Fitter will probably cause a bit of stuckage for Rochelle, who loses about half her health, and that's a lot of damage onto Team Lose, not Team Lose, Team I want say from IWS. It does seem like they're struggling with taking some of these hits, really.
Reloading.
It is good SI, you can't take that away from Team Lose, but if you look at it from spectators' view, it just seems like they're maybe rushing these hits a little bit. As well as just eating the spawns here as Hana gets shut down nicely in that hit, but the Charger will land a pummel, no pound. And so there is a good amount of damage so far onto IWS.
Watch out.
They need to just start off by not getting boomed, perhaps.
Reloading here.
Will help take hits a lot smoother.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Oh, that's another good hit. M4 now eats a bit of damage.
Ammo.
Pretty sure this is what the health was like for Team Lose after the tank, before that safe room, not safe room, but before that ladder hit. Bit more health preservation would be handy for Team I Want Safe Room. Do need to make it with a bit of bonus, and at this rate they're going to be matching bonus sooner rather than later. Cool there, but no pound.
Somehow.
DP probably from the hunter, I'd imagine. Yep. That bin nearly lands. That's a little unfortunate. They did a pancake special. Another play out of the books from AQX. You're welcome. These hittables are looking a lot better than who was their tank again? Empire?
Let me check real quick. Tuna. Yeah, so Mop. I don't know if this is him making his debut or not, but Mop is definitely in. We might play this somewhat long. He's hopped off. This should be pushing Mop's tank. Not sure if jumping down into the open was the best of strategies. He's taken about nearly 300 chip. We probably have to cycle back around and pretty much go to second pass. This will be a commit, and they are running back. This is AI. You want to AI us? We'll AI you right back, is what Team Saferoom is saying. This is their
And they
chance.
faked it. Lovely. But what they should have considered is that he's got his hittables into a decent position, but you know what? That forklift isn't easy to land.
my
But you know
God.
what? M4 eats it regardless. That's a wipe, I reckon. They do have all three SI up. I'm not too sure what the Charger is going to be able to do, but that is not what you want if your team. I don't know. If your team I want safe, you can't be eating those hittables. To be honest, he's got a tree to wrap around. I think if they were running back, they should have just full committed to it. Forklift is probably the hardest hittable to land in this area. Bins are probably the better of the two, as he rocked the bin
That
and
was
let's keep his back
smart as
turned to it.
fuck. That rogue was smart as fuck.
Yeah, so I think this is just a bit of a sacking here by Team I Want Saferoom. I don't think they want Saferoom at this stage. Good tank by Mop. I think they just should have committed to AIing it. Running back was also fine. They kind of played around with their SI mental, but they had so much space to dodge that hittable, and I feel like he just walked into it. And then I suppose the smoker got him in the second corner, which was nice. I don't think Rochelle popped her pills, so that was a couple punches down, and then SI helping with landing the other two hittables. So getting out of control here, but no complaints posed from Team Lose. They'll take this. Don't have replay set up.
I don't, because they don't want war.
Oh, that jockey saved the daylight out of Elliot. I think that was plenty of god frames. Elliot would have got probably another 10 to 15 more spit damage. Holding that go-go, but they're not going to make it. Oh, that boomer cucks the smoker. Bit of common damage, a few ticks onto blue, but I feel like there's just inconsistent SI coordination here from Team I Want Saferoom. They're just cucking each other, it seems like. They've got good opportunities. I see them make the most out of it, but, well, not the most out of the opportunity, but I see them try or attempt to make the most out of it, but they just come in each other's way, it seems like.
We have guns here.
Careful, y'all.
Reloading.
That's a -1. That should be guaranteed live, in my opinion. I think Valentino is away, so I'm gonna cast the tank fight. We have a tank in the hands of M4 and he's trying to throw his rocks, but... Never mind, he chooses to come because he has a lot of commons. He wastes the first punch on Elliot, but he gets the corner finally. That should be another incap.
Oh, I missed it.
To 2k.
But it seems like this is a wipe. Oh, that is a wipe. How about that?
This is a wipe. That's right.
Wait, so who got pulled up top? Who is that?
Blue, I think.
Blue got pulled up top. Did they just try rush the drop? Did they?
He was split blocked and he got pulled.
Oh, well.
In that situation,
Yes,
he just should rush through the split to down.
If you wanna ever throw away a lead, that's how you do it. But I feel like at this point the lead's too great. About 17, you know, it's about nearly 1,800 points apart. So I feel like even with that big mistake, unless I want Saferoom, actually want the Saferoom this round and make it to the Saferoom with a bit of bonus. What's this map worth? 600. They need about even 600 bonus. They'd only be behind by 600, so they need a bit of bonus. Not even a bit. They need a lot of bonus. If they don't get it this round, then I'm afraid it's going to be over. How's that for a nice 2 cap at the front as the jockey gets M2 two times and gets cleared eventually. And M4 just takes again damage at the front. There's too many SI, too much SI landing here at the moment for Saferoom. Definitely could write a few notes down in their scrapbook about maybe baiting hits a little better or just reducing damage overall per hit, I think, because I mean they've made it this far into the cup so far, so it's already props to them. They've put a bit of hard work in to make it this far, as a lot of teams didn't. And they just got to make sure that they reduce this damage. I think both teams actually at the moment are having the POS 1 players eat a bit of damage, as they naturally should be, but not should be, but as they naturally do. But it's just, I think Team Lose are just playing a little better and to not dying practically before the tank. Tank will be in the hands of Food, who's pretty much had work cut out, not cut out for him, but done for him. Already a lot of damage onto the survivors. Hopefully they take their time to take this drop because they want to have anyone pulled behind, but it looks like they've set up on the bottom anyway. Smoker position at the front for the drop. The Hunter's actually got his ghost played behind. Rochelle just trying to bait a comment to break open that temporary wall. All dropping together, the jockey gets a quad stumble or triple stumble. Tank in the hands of Food, as mentioned earlier. The Boomer is in the hands of Mop. A nice little double punch, the triple boom, and this will be a wipe, I'd imagine, unless the tank really gets bamboozled here. The Hunter will land a hunt, but more importantly, stumble coach, and so this is definitely trouble and probably the game here. Seems like this seems like a very one-sided game at the moment. I don't think this team's putting up much of a challenge at all for Team Lose at the moment. It just feels like a walk in the park. Rest was an easy game, I suppose. Lower bracket, however. And I say this in advance, but they're probably going to come against a harder team next week, potentially.
Yeah.
I think they verse Judgment next, don't they?
No. Winner of this match gonna face loser of where TF is Spongy or Aqualax.
Huh. Alright. Well, you guys played well. You guys had fun while it lasted, because the next game is going to be a little harder than this one. Wait, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I checked the bracket.
Okay, well,
The loser of Where the Fuck is Spongy, or
that will be
Aqualax.
determined in about 12 hours. Half, maybe? The score is not bugged. They are actually losing by 1,500 points. Just not even outplayed. I wouldn't say it was big brain players at all, really. It was mainly just out. They're just getting dominated by SI, I think. Just dancing at the door.
I'm a reload.
Watch where you're shooting.
Okay, that could happen to anybody.
I'm gonna crack some windows.
Nice and a damage there. Not really.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Ammo here.
Reloading. How the hell are we gonna get in there?
Oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah, that's right. Valentino is my IRL friend, right?
Oh, we got a long way back. Crusher and I. A long way back, and
Dude, I hear one of them.
Ammo here.
we're blood brothers. Oh, that's a good hit there. Food will cop a bit more damage. At the front. Oh, that bin has someone's name written on it.
Oh,
Ooh,
no,
that one does not. It's a bit of damage again. Ignore my family in the background. But might have to cast here for a bit here, Kracha.
So he has a lot of downs to see, but he needs to be careful. He's on second control already, down to 20% of control. He needs to counter 10%. He waves his first punch on Alice, but he finally gets him, and that should be corner maybe? I don't think so. He dodged that, but he gets an incap on Nick, and that's another. Oh, he missed the rock on Rochelle. It's unfortunate for him. Tank is down to 2k HP, he should get at least one more incap with that HP, but I'm not quite sure what is he doing right now. He's almost dead. And that's 2 incaps. The rock missed, and that's after the tank.
I don't know. Okay, so good bin obviously onto Elliot. He just eats it. He was gonna eat it sooner or later anyway, but that's a good hit there too. But I don't know what that tank was doing.
I don't know. Oh, Elliot is
I don't
incap.
know what that tank was doing. Yeah, Elliot ate that first bin, but I just don't know what that tank was doing. He was like, are they going to clear the jockey? Am I going to hover around the jockey? What am I going to do here? And he just kind of walked in there, picked up a rock, missed about 3, and shredded all his health. So I don't know if that was the right play. A lot of damage regardless. A little too late for Team Lose. I won't say for him, but still fighting, hanging on in there. Even if the string has completely snapped.
This is some crap.
Hunter!
Hunter spawned in the face of Survivor. Oh, does land in the front. DB Elliot at his best.
Yeah, I'm ready already.
Okay, this seriously
Your
hurts.
damn ass.
Had the potential to get over 3k, but I don't think that will happen now. I think map 3's wipe on both teams kind of prevented the highest score here. Oh, that's an insta smoke onto Mop. And that's all that's going to be actually.
None of the other SI were even ready. And looking like they're going to sack for a quad.
By the beard of Zeus, this hurts.
I guess it is.
Over the roof.
Yeah, this machine is.
Reloading.
Careful on these
Careful
roofs.
now. I'll follow
Careful,
you.
y'all.
Keep your shit tight.
Careful, y'all.
Shit ain't right. Everybody, keep your shit tight.
Jockey spawn at the back. Makes some noise. Charges up.
I got a plan.
As well as a Hunter Smoker. So quad attempt here.
Sound good?
Mop just chasing SY as Mop does. That jockey is nearly dead. What is he doing? The Hunter does land, but the charger lands on Mop. Nearly a double charge, in fact. However, Rochelle was safe on a bin. And Elliot cops a bit more damage being pulled. Not much you can do.
Shit ain't right.
But just another example of a bit of a broken quad attempt here by Saferoom. They've done a good job, I suppose, of hurting the survivors, but they needed to do this from map 1, not from map 4. Few good hits along the way. Map 2, for example, the ladder hit was great. Snake wipe on map 3 was great, so it hasn't all been badish. Oh, the missed skate there by Food. Did tunnel that.
Get up, get up.
Did seem like he got a chunk shot on it though.
Gates open.
Get the lead out, people.
And this will be a sweet run into the safe room here for team. Well, might not be an easiest run because one slow player. And they have a boomer, charger, smoker, and jockey. Boomer lands a single boom, the charger misses, smoker also dies, and the jockey just chilling in the safe room. So overall, it's well and truly GG here. I suppose congratulations are in order for Team Lose, who move forward into round 3 of the lower bracket. And unfortunately for Team I Want Saferoom, we should probably live by the name a little more than they have been this game. This will probably be the end of their run in RBT.
At least they secured playoffs.
Oh yeah, at least they secured the playoffs. Definitely worth noting. Just a reminder for those of you who are in chat, racism is not tolerated. RBT6 thrives on a friendly, competitive environment. All players are expected to abide by tournament rules, and not doing so will have players forfeit their position in the tournament. Last tank in the hands of Elliot. Maybe he can make up for the bin he ate. Does get a bit of a stress-free tank here, knowing that they've already won the game, so that's always handy, playing a map 4 tank. With no pressure. Taking map 4 quite cleanly here, I want Saferoom. Maybe the map 4 gamers here, like DDA. DDA in chat? Maybe.
DDH.
Maybe the map 4 gamers. Oh, how's that for a quad? Jockey,
Close.
the only one not to land. Oh, okay. I take that back. Maybe they're not map 4 gamers, because they've lost a lot of health and an in-cap off of that hit. So
Over here.
They all go down.
there goes that.
It's reloading.
That charger also landed again from so far away, so something else to put down in the notebook. Just don't hit SI, brotherins. They're not doing an awfully good damage, good work or good job of killing SI. They're just kind of lingering around and eating it. Although all of them were rocket spawns, you can't do much about a smoke. That rock thrown into orbit, more of a distraction. But yes, tank in the hands of Captain Elliot. Oh, that high pounce lands. Again, I don't know how 25 lands with all 3 or 4 survivors staring at it. It's just been, I suppose, the recap, or it's just been how the game's gone here. For team, I want Saferoom. Good pop there. I don't think he's landed a rock here, but he has kept his first pass nearly 5%, and he's lost about 700 HP. Actually, I did not notice that. I think they need a loss here a little better. Oh, they are lossing actually. Never mind. Down to 60%. He is going to be committing with a 3 cap. Kreiter, I mean to say Elliot, now committing with a few dumpsters. Does he make them work? I'd imagine this SI will need to. Oh, where is this? Where is he hitting that?
What?
Oh, that charge is a sackening. He will maybe catch Rochelle off of that because she'll be slow. Oh, what the hell was that punch? He got a back punch. Surprisingly, didn't get a double. Now is whiffing a little bit.
Hell yeah.
And now the survivors are right into that tank, and that's a dead tank. Oh, that's a bit hard to see there.
Yeah, that'll hold me.
2-minute and 4-second tank, of which most of his damage came out in the last 10 seconds.
Through that door.
So, what did we learn?
That was a classic identity
That's
TRT.
just it's a rock tank for days. A rock tank that lands 0 rocks, but 4 punches regardless. Another charge that lands for I want. Well, not for I want, but for Team Lose. M4 on Shredder Health, holding onto them pills. I think it missed a few punches there, mainly because of the proximity. I mean, the distance the survivors got right into that tank's face can sometimes cause a few whiffs if they get right up there. You guys are joining us here. We are nearing the end of this match. The result has already been ironed out. I think after map 2 or 3. Team Lose walk away winners from the match, but not all, I suppose, bad for Team I want Saferoom, because it seems like they are going to make Saferoom for this map, and they're actually going for a strategy that I am aware of, but it just didn't work. So I think they were trying to get M4 to spawn the... Maybe not. We'll never know because he got in-cap, but I think they were trying to get M4 to spawn the horde while the other survivors remained on the roofs. I've seen that happen amongst the Asian community, but not in this circumstance as they get into their regular positions, more traditional. For map 4 of Dark Honey, taking the crescendo here, you got a few players on the scaffolding, one watching the back fence, the other against the metallic fence. Charge Hunt, Boom and Spitter, 2-2 here. Zana does land. The child will probably try stumble M4, but instead punches M4. Spitter positioned very far away. And spit for no reward really. Probably a delay if anything. And I think we finally will get to see Team Saferoom Wanters make it into a Saferoom. Coach is really struggling here with common. But need not concern yourself. That is a 1D. Mop gets absolutely 1D'd out of the sky by Empire, who shows up a late appearance here, and question mark in chat. VOD requested potential elimination, suspension, and banned from tournament for wanting to cause nuclear destruction of hunters. Thank you. M4 dies. Scratch. Charge. But being... Oh, I really thought that jockey would have had it, but missed the spawn apparently. And unfortunately for M4, he doesn't make any safe room. But at least his teammates get to make map 4. And GG's in chat. The score differential being about 1600 points in the neutral server. Quite a bit of a domination, really. But for those of you who won, I think vodkas, congrats. Predictions were right. 78% to about 22. But yeah, congrats for Team Lose moving forward to round 3 of eliminations, where they will face the end. I'm kidding, we don't know that yet, but probably. And unfortunate for Team I Want Saferoom, not enough safe rooms made in today's match, so that will mean that they walk themselves out of the cup. Any comments here from Krycha?
Congrats to Luz for winning, and good luck in the next round.
Because you're gonna need it.
You will
105
need
viewers, loving it. Krycha, a few followers in that stream. We'll always take any support. As Krycha always says, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe if you liked it. Thanks for watching. Your boy Valentino,
GG's.
unsuspended, unbanned.
The new
GG.
boy. GG.